about accents, and we were applying 1 or 2 accents on top of groups of 4 notes. So on the first of 4, on the second, on the third, and on the fourth one. On the first 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 4. When we bring that exercise to the kit, what we can do is just try to make some pedal combinations, and we start very easily by just adding the bass drum on the beat. And up, and up, and up, and up. Of course, you can add some hi-hat combinations as well. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. For the first exercise today, I would like to focus on 2 of these variations. The first one has 1 accent on the 3rd stroke, on the end, 1. The second variation has accents on the 3rd and 4th, so and up. We're gonna play them together with the bass drum on the beat and hi-hat on the offbeat. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. They may not tell you much at this speed, but if we bring up the tempo, they are going to be one of the most popular grooves ever, which is an early rock and roll groove. If you think that's too fast, don't get too frustrated. It's not actually. It's just a matter of practice and making sure that we have enough muscle memory to be able to perform that groove. So really take it slow at the beginning. Always make sure that there's no flam, so this is not how we want to sound like. We always want to have one sound on the hit. When you practice that slow, my suggestion is always to make more effort, which doesn't mean stiffing it up and then doing these sort of things. Just make sure that you move a bit more than usual. So go up more, both with your pedals and with your hands. Make it a regular practice, and I can guarantee you if you do this constantly, it takes up to a week to be able to. Going back to the clave that we explored in the first two sections of this lesson, we're going to move the pad exercise on the hi-hat. And we keep it closed, there's no open hi-hat. So it's just ghost notes. And we accent the clave on top of it. This is a very nice way to play samba, for example, with just accent the basic clave figure on the hi-hat, and then what I was doing was just hitting the beat on the bass drum and alternating it with measures of only 2 and 4 on the bass drum, just to give it some evolution to what we're playing. You can imagine this as two different sections of the same song. One has more drive, so we play the bass drum every beat to create that sort of forward momentum. The other one is more settled and needs a big drop on 2 and 4, like a backbeat sort of situation. So we only play on 2 and 4. Next, I'm gonna move the pattern from the hi-hat to the snare drum. So these clave accents are going to be played here. And to make it even more realistic, I'm going to disengage the snare. Let's add the pedal pattern, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. To add some extra texture to my groove, I'm going to move some of the accents around. So, 1, sort of melody here. Ba, bo, ba, bo, bo, da, do, da, do. From here, possibilities are infinite. You can first just change the melody. We are working with the clave, but you can use any melody that you want. And first start with the with the hi-hat, then move it to the to the snare drum, add your pedals, move accents around. Of course, even just staying with the clave, we can try to find new melodies while going around the drum kit. Or we can move very accent. You really can be as creative as you want with this sort of exercise. It's a great way to earn some independence between pedals and hands. And of course, there's a lot of melodic inputs going on because we have to stick to a melody pattern, like the clave in the case we saw today, and then discover new possibilities going up and down the scale with different voices. You can also try to accent on cymbals, for example. Also, it's a great way to earn solo vocabulary. You can build a drum solo with this. For example, you're coming from this